Who's this? Ah, who's that?
My name's Dave. This is my first show as a dealer. Actually, I'm selected.
Okay, the reason they screwed up on Her Majesty's Secret Service was because they figured the American public was too stupid to sit back through a non-action sequence and follow an actual story. So they said, here, this is the action that'll happen later on in the picture, and they showed you the ski chase and the boxcar thing.
Screwed that up on TV. And they did that with you twice, too.
Well, they did.
The beginning, well, that's a sad story.
That's United Artists. You blame them for it, because if it's on home box office like that, they didn't get that from
HBO
ABC.
bought the TV version. They almost bought the ABC version because they see the free credits.
They got it from, they got it from,
That's what I meant when he was in bed.
that's United Artists. United Artists is to blame for that, not home box office. Home box office can only show what United Artists gives, so it's really not their fault. But United Artists, I guess they made a 16mm version basically for ABC, and the ABC would do their own censoring, because the American public, of course, are too stupid to be able to sit through anything that has any violence or suggestions of naughty words or whatever.
I manage a theater, and I'd like to rent.
You manage a theater?
I manage a theater up in Kinnelon, and I'd like to rent a couple prints from UA at 35. I could show them in the theater and have our own convention.
They don't necessarily. They don't necessarily have them all available. And one of the ones that they don't want out is On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
They do. I spoke to them at UA.
They didn't want the last time I inquired about it.
Yeah, they do have it. I spoke to a guy about a month ago, and
They said they would be willing to let you show.
It's 35% of the gross, or 150 for one day, for one showing. And he has prints available 35, and we could run them at the theater and have guys come up.
Well, you do well. We do the whole thing from the beginning to the end. You can't have an 80-year-old Moneypenny going after a 30-year-old Bond. So I think they should recast the whole thing for Octopus and get some sucker to sign a 10-year contract. You know, at Broccoli's option, where he could cut him off at any point if it's not going well.
He'd do that anyway.
See?
The sets with 6 of them are 30 each.
Do you have a complete set of your choice?
Of course. If anybody have any questions about what anything costs, just let me know.
Yeah.
Over there. That's English, right?
Yeah. What country is this from now? This is from Italy. From Italy.
Oh, that's nice.
Agente segredo. That is a turtleneck sweater. Yeah, right. Nobody does it better. And the system is done as a joke. 35 was yeah. It was somebody, probably a technician who was doing it, probably did it as a joke. You know, the sound effects that are money to pay Columbia for copyrights or something that they don't own when they already had the rights to the music for Spider Mummy, they wouldn't have to pay. Yeah. I thought it was insane, so I went back to see it again and again.
You have one that I don't have.
Yeah, one before that on local WOR-TV after Goldman
Got Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Beat Girl, Billy, not with Donald Sutherland, it's with Peter Sellers and Fiona Fullerton. These are all Barry records. Beat Girl, Billy, Born Free, well, all the B's. Chase,
Grace score. Chase.
Deadfall.
Okay, now what you want to know is why I like James Bond. Well, I like it for the violence and the kinky bits and the cheeky sense of humor, and generally that's about the run of the, And
tell him when you interviewed Roger last, right? No,
You
no
mean when I
photographs,
interviewed?
please.
Oh yes, I met Roger.
You're a
Is
friend
it-
of Roger.
Yes, indeed.
He calls you up, right?
No, I call him.
Well, weren't we at the Waldorf together when Roger was there?
No, okay. No, I'm sorry that they show Blofeld at all.
Well, it was very good to have him mysterious. But they must have felt that you have to have a confrontation and make good storyline.
Well, I believe that Blofeld is not dead, and we have not heard the end of him.
I'm hoping he comes back.
I believe he's alive, and, you know, for
Didn't show
me,
him dead.
well, for me, there can be only one confrontation, and that's where Bond grabs Blofeld. Somehow would get his hands on the original and choke the living beep beep out of him, you know. Or else somehow Sean Connery will make the last Bond movie, and you shall see him kill Blofeld.
Switzerland, where they filmed that, you know. But this was in the 60s, and they hadn't yet built that Piz Gloria. Isn't that the name of the place, the Piz Gloria?
It's built on
Right.
the shelf.
Yeah, there's a little village there called Murin. It's the highest permanent village in Europe. And it's on the edge of a cliff. They've got waterfalls coming down several thousand feet down through the valley. It's magnificent. Anyway, but they didn't have it there then. But Tommy sent a Christmas card to the place, yeah, and they've got it up there. You know, you'd probably be a hero if you went up there
I
now.
made him a Christmas card like this to show helicopters dropping 007 wrapped gifts on him. And, yeah, I mean, it's handmade about this big. They sent me back a whole pack of color photographs and diagrams and things.
This is my Roger, my Sean Connery doll, you know. There's Roger
Good
Moore.
luck, you know.
I've been looking for this for a long time. Let me tell you.
I believe you.
I like showing him.
Bill Dennis from UA was here today, is because he wants to make sure that people are not selling things that are. He wants to make sure people are not selling things that are not properly licensed. And at a convention, they would sell all kinds of material like this. This stuff is legal because it's not American. Some stuff maybe that other people are selling isn't properly licensed. Then if you really wanted to get on their ass, you could, because UA is that kind of lovely company that gets on people's asses.
You should have some lights out, really.